Today's topic is about how to integrate an image picker into your application. Therefore, I will quickly show you a basic application which you can simply create by making a new app. Therefore, you don't need core data or a Git repository, just simple settings. I will quickly show you how it works. There you could have seen on the content view file, we just simply had a text and a button beneath it, which allows us to present a sheet, which you can see here. And then we have three things we can see. On top is an image with a default value of photo, which is a symbol of SF symbols. Then beneath it we have two buttons, which will let us access either the photo library or the camera of your phone to either select a picture or to take a picture. And this picture then may become displayed on top here on this circle. And then beneath it we have a text, and right next to the text we have a button which will simply let the sheet disappear and will redirect us to the content view. Okay, so we click on this to select an image from the photo library. Then we select the picture and we can go back. Okay, that's the application. I will scroll through every page, so you simply can copy the code, adapt, or simply try to learn, whatever you like. Nothing much to see here. In the content view file, we have simply one variable, which is show photo options view, and it's a Boolean variable, so it can only have two states, which is true or false, and the default value is false. And when we toggle the variable, it becomes true, and therefore a sheet is represented, which shows photo options view. So you can see here, show photo options view will toggle when the button is pressed. The image of the button was the camera, it is resizable, has a frame, and when this becomes true, then you can see this one, the photo options view. Okay, but first we go to the struct myImagePicker, because here happens the magic. This is where we kind of create the image picker. So first we have a binding variable, which is ImagePicker, which we use in a different file, as you can see here. And then we have a source type, and the default value is camera. This will let us select if, as you can see here, pickup point source type, if you want to access the photo library or the camera, and the default value is the camera. In general, I have to say that you don't have to understand every kind of struct you can create. I do not either, but I document well how I use them and why you should use them and so on, and therefore I can integrate these things into my applications, but I don't understand fully how all of these works together. And I programmed for many years of my life, and I can tell you that most developers are like that. They simply document their stuff well and know when to use something, how to use it, and where to find it, the solution, how to integrate these things. Okay, I will simply scroll down so you can see the complete source code. When you simply create a struct with this type, you will get presented a few different main things you have to integrate. So this kind of struct actually works, which is, for example, a coordinator, an update UI view controller, and so on. So this is predetermined that you actually need these components. This is actually kind of a presetting which SwiftUI wants you to do. I will simply explain the things that vary from the default settings. So first we create a picker. This is a static variable, and it is a UI image picker controller. Then we modify the delegate to context coordinator. Then the source type, as I explained, with a variable. And then the modificator of allows editing is true. That's why you could have seen that we could select a specific part of the image instead of the complete image or whatever, or could crop it. So we can actually edit the part of the image which will be displayed later on. Okay, nothing special here, nothing special here. Then we simply create another picker and initialize it. And then we actually compress the image. This could be actually helpful if you, for example, have an application and there are a lot of images, and if you have them in high quality, then it would take a lot of storage. And if it's, for example, just a frame of 90 × 90, it is very good if you simply have a compressor integrated, so you can determine the compression quality, and therefore it will take less space on the storage. So pretty neat. And we do everything so the picker actually picks the compressed data and not the full data. And when this happened, so basically this runs through, and when everything was successful and we selected a new image, the selection of the image actually disappears. That's what you could have seen, that when we selected an image, then we couldn't select an image anymore, but simply came back to the option of the 3 buttons. I can quickly show it. This code will let you come from here to here instead of staying at this kind of stuff. Okay. We have 2 options how to integrate this automatic dismissing behavior. Either we simply do this, picker dismiss animated true, or we do a complicated way, which would be defining an add environment variable, which would be simply presentation mode, and then dismiss it afterwards. And here you can actually integrate an error warning or an alert or something else when this doesn't work. So if the process of picking a picture does not work for some reason. Okay, then we go to the last file, which we didn't explain yet, and simply scroll through it. So basically on top you have an image with some modifications, then you have 3 buttons in total. 1 is in an overlay, and the 2 normal buttons simply use 2 variables, which is first mode on and then image picker. So the image picker was something we could already have seen here. This was the binding variable for the struct myImagePicker, which has the type of UI image. We have mode on, which simply let us select the image picker, so we can actually see the different kind of images and select one when we, for example, choose the photo library. And then we simply toggle on mode on, so the application knows when to show us the option to select an image from the photo library or to take a picture. And the source type you can see here for the image picker, we have on top the photo library and on the bottom the camera. This is why we integrated here a variable which is called source type. Okay, and beneath it we simply have something very simple. We simply go for an overlay and then an H stack and then the basic stuff, return to the main menu, and we wrap it in the option to simply toggle on the variable presentation mode, and as you can see here, and then simply dismiss the sheet which shows photo options view. So that's basically it. I will upload in the future another video where I explain how to save images to core data. I didn't figure it out yet because I didn't spend enough time to figure it out, but as soon as I do, I will let you know. There are 2 main options how to save images, which are either to use the Google Firebase or to use core data, and in core data you use binary data as far as I know, and it's simpler with Google Firebase, but I want to show you an option how to do it with core data because I think it's good to keep applications lean and to let everything happen on the phone which can happen on the phone. That's it.